What is this
It was
film?
a naked person.
Yeah. When do you think that thing at the end of the bed was
This thing, yeah. Yeah, I've got some serious thoughts about this film, man. Hello, and welcome back to Cinema Rules. My name's Tom, and behind the camera we have Sean. Today we've got a Patreon special voted for. It is voted for by patrons. This one, isn't it? Yeah, voted for by our patrons. But no, not just the patrons. YouTubers as well, Sean. I've been seeing this request since day one on the channel. Ever since we did the holy 10-episode horror bonanza that was our first playlist. This is a foreign language film, a French film, I believe, called Martyrs. All I know is that this is obviously going to be a horrific film. I've heard people say, worst film I've ever seen, but not in a bad way, worst film I've ever seen, most horrific film I've ever seen. So I don't know anything about it. Do you?
No, well, the one that we're watching is the original 2008 version. I think there's one that was...
No, I think the remake was 2008. Let's just quickly have a look. I think the remake might have been 2008 and this one was like 2005. Martyrs. As I said, this is from 2008 and the remake was 2017?
17?
Yeah. So it's a subtitled film. It's directed by Pascal Laugier, I think, if I pronounced that right. No idea. I don't want to look at the synopsis because I'm not going into some of mine.
It, but if people are saying this is the most horrific film they've ever seen, they obviously haven't seen Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
And neither have we, to be fair, because we stopped halfway through.
Or about 2/3 maybe. Yeah. Oh.
Anyway.
Although, Terrifier the other day was pretty terrifying, so who knows. Let's watch Martyrs 2008. But before we do, drop a like and subscribe on the channel if you want to join us to watch every film ever made. And if you want to vote in the Patreon playlists, go over and follow us alongside on Patreon. For the lowest tier, Sean, you can vote in these polls.
Nice.
Let's go. Martyrs. Been beaten up.
Oh, Jesus.
Or attacked or... Nuns. Why is it always nuns?
Alors voilà. Vivez là.
It's like a documentary of what happened. So this looks like it was before, because she looks younger there.
No, it's not before. Look, she's got a bandage on from this one.
She looks younger there, though.
No, she's traumatised.
Il faisait tout noir. Elle a pas bien vu. Elle se souvient pas.
This is going to be a...
We haven't seen the faces
search.
of these people. Oh.
Anna. Anna.
Oh.
Faut pas le dire, hein. Faut pas faire ça. C'est pas moi.
It wasn't me.
C'est pas moi. C'est pas moi.
Mate, I just know from this start of this movie, I'm not gonna like this.
But actually, do you know when I said this might be the worst movie? I don't know if I'm getting that confused with a different one. I'm not sure.
Right.
But people have definitely been recommending it for ages.
They screams. Having nightmares of what is going on. Is that door been propped open?
Was it open? Was that always open?
No idea. What the fuck? What the fuck, Tom? I don't even know what this film's about. I don't know what to prepare myself for.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. Ooh.
What? Okay. That was I wasn't expecting that. 15 years later.
Ah, tous les deux.
Tu verrais comment elle crie mal, sa chérie.
God's sake. Thought it was another horror moment for a second.
She knows how to swim. Maybe that'll come into play later.
Cadeau du chef en prime.
Oh merde, Gabriel!
Why would you put that on the table when they're eating?
De toute façon, Antoine, si tu sentais quoi que ce soit, ça se saurait. Tu voulais arrêter le lycée pour faire pâtissier, imbécile.
Oh, elle est rude celle-là.
Can't tell whether they're being really harsh to him or
Yeah.
just joking with him or not. It's the tone you can't pick up sometimes in subtitles.
It's just French humour.
Just bullying a kid.
Yeah.
Oh! Ah! Oh! Run and get it off her. Run and get it off her. Run! Ah!
Does he know? I guess she thinks he did.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What are we watching?
I was wondering like what this family thing is 15 years later. What is
Is this
going
the
on?
girl? 15 years later?
I
is this
think
the girl?
so. Oh my god. What is wrong with her? Is she crazy? Well, yeah.
Yeah, but she said, do you know what your parents did?
I'm guessing she thinks. Well, I'm guessing that those people had something to do with her obviously being strapped up and raped and when she was younger. Just wasted a perfectly good sandwich.
I can't think about sandwiches at a time like this. It's just
What is this-
brutal,
what is this
brutal,
film?
Isn't it?
I don't even know. I still don't know what's going on, really. What the fuck is that? What is
It
this
was a
film?
naked person.
Yeah. It's gone now. It's gone.
So I've already got a guess.
I've got a guess as well.
What's your guess?
It's the devil, isn't it?
The devil. Now my guess is that she's obviously the girl, and she saw something when she was a kid as well, like a figure. Is it like her trauma and she's trying to get rid of it by killing the people that hurt her or something?
Maybe. Oh god. She said I did it. Like proving that I did this nasty stuff, so don't hurt me. That's why I think it's like the devil.
Remember when she was a kid and she had those slashes and said it wasn't me?
Yeah. When do you think that thing at the end of the bed was
This thing, yeah. And she's always been trying to run from
Looks
it
like
or
it's
tease it.
Yeah, it looks like it's growing up with her.
But is it real?
That's the, so. This
Is
is
it real? Or
I
is
think
it like a
I think it
side-
is because the other person saw her wounds when she was younger, but I do still think it's a metaphor for carrying trauma
Yeah.
and growing
Or,
up with
I
it.
don't know if it's real or is she's doing this herself or.
No, I think it's real, but it's like the tangible metaphor. Is that on her own hand? It is. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. I was like, which way is the thumb? Ah! I was fully accepting the fact that that had gone then.
Man, crime scene investigation is gonna have a field day here. Oh.
Elle m'a fait plus mal qu'avant. J'arrive, Lucie. Qu'est-ce que je vais faire? J'arrive.
I think she's always been her friend and helping her, hasn't she?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the title of the film as well, Martyrs.
A martyr is
someone that
who
dies for
a cause, yeah. With sacrifice.
Fous pas. S'il t'arrête et qu'il t'enferme, tu t'en fous pas.
No!
Jesus freaking Christ. I don't know how you're...
I know it's makeup, but it's realistic, this makeup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cette sale odeur, je l'ai sentie chaque fois qu'elle se penchait sur moi. Tous les jours. Tu comprends? Quand elle me tapait dessus, c'est ça que je sentais.
So it was her. But was
I don't think so.
It looked like a normal family. I mean, I know it could be anybody, but
I think
the woman.
Because
The woman and the man.
At the start, she said she couldn't remember.
Huh.
She said she couldn't remember because it was too dark. I think she's getting all this wrong.
The mirror. Oh, it's not the other woman.
The mirror of horribleness. Oh no. I don't like it. She actually...
Yeah.
She actually
She's
alive?
And they have no more bullets. They have no more bullets. Sean.
Oh, I don't want to watch this. I thought she just started sitting up then.
Reanimation. Oh. It's a horrific figure, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's
it's like guilt, isn't it?
Yeah, forgive me, yeah.
C'est pas ma faute.
It is. Because she's got something wrong with her eye. Yeah. And the monster did as well.
So she's getting revenge to try and compensate for the guilt.
Yeah. And she thinks because she hasn't killed this woman yet, that's why the monster hasn't gone.
She thinks she hasn't done the job.
Je suis là jusqu'à la forêt. Après, vous serez toute seule, vous comprenez?
She can't even walk.
That's it. No!
I don't think they're friends anymore. I don't know why she was friends with her in the first place.
Ils sont morts. Ils ne feront plus de mal.
It's not them that she wants to kill, it's her. The monster wants to kill her for leaving her. So this will all come round to her being like, oh, I have to end my life.
Oh, maybe she does have a sense of...
It's just the...
Oh my god, that was all the way down.
I can't do
Mate,
this.
there'd be so much blood in this reaction.
Yeah,
I'm
I
telling
can't
you now.
do this. I can't do this. Ah!
Look, but she's doing it herself.
Yeah, she's doing it herself, yeah.
Just the thought of
can't-
the arms.
yeah,
the
no,
thought of the
that's good,
arms
I can't.
just being open. Like, no! I did not expect that. I thought she was going to be there the whole film.
Ça va, maman?
T'es encore avec elle? C'est elle qui t'influence.
Non.
Tom, that weapon's gonna go missing.
Maman.
Cette fille-là, elle vaut rien. C'est une salope.
A pervert.
It's gone.
It's gone. Look. She's coming back as a guilt.
Oh my god,
What?
I'd hate this
What?
being in this position. Just hate it. Just
Just
any
a
monster
hand's
following
going to
you.
come through and grab her.
Any monster following you in general, just can you go away?
There's going to be mutants.
What's his name? Josh.
Uh,
Is it Josh?
whoa. Oh my god.
There's a hatch. Nothing ever good comes out of a hatch.
Not if it's locked. This is where you step back, you call the police.
What would you do?
Probably have a look, to be fair.
Would you?
Yeah.
Nah. I'm leaving.
No! I thought some hands would come in now.
It's Desmond. Desmond's down there. Well, now I don't sympathise with the
Look,
family
I'm
at all.
just
Not even the daughter.
Yeah.
The daughter can go.
Yeah, well.
You know.
All I'm thinking is there something down here that's going to kill her?
Well,
There's a real tension
we've got
here, man.
we've
They
got
can
a
cut it
long
with a knife.
time left of the film, so I think there will be.
Is this the Resident Evil facility?
What was it called?
It's the chair.
It was the honeycomb, isn't it? Oh yeah, shit.
The hive.
The hive, the honeycomb.
Oh my god, there's someone there!
I don't even think I want to see this. I don't want to see it, Tom.
Ah!
My God, what is this film?
Je peux pas te soigner.
Just call the ambulance!
Why can't she help her?
She's too injured.
Oh, how have we gotten progressively worse with these horror movie reactions? Tom?
You think we would have
After
got,
Terrifier-
you think we would have got through the worst ones already, but they just keep coming.
What are you doing?
Oh, she's taking the thing off.
Oh, I thought she was.
Oh
Gonna...
no, it's grafted on, man. It's grafted on. It's gonna kill her taking that off. No!
Ah! Our faces in this reaction, I tell you. This is like. This is exhausting to watch.
But you know what? It's not. I wouldn't class it so far as part of that kind of like torture porn genre
No.
because there's more of an emotional depth
Metaphorical,
to the film.
yeah, meaning.
I mean, it's still like morbidly horrific.
Yeah. Oh, Tom, what are we watching? Stop. I don't know. I don't like this film. What happened? What happened? What happened?
I think there was some kind. Oh! Oh!
Oh. shit. Don't tell me they're gonna put her in the basement.
Tu peux m'expliquer ce qui se passe ici? Qu'est-ce que tu fous là, toi?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, this is some like international ring of sadomasochistic nut
But
jobs.
why? But why?
For the sake of it, I think.
Is it just experimental things they're doing?
It's Hellraiser, Sean, in real life. Not bad for a day's work.
It's the wrong time to make jokes, Tom. This film does have its twists and turns.
Yeah, man.
It's like they have them on display as well. Like fucking movie theatre posters.
Yeah. It's weird though, because I feel like you could have had the first half of the film up to the realization of it was real as the whole film.
Yeah.
And they could have gone from to another place trying to track other people down that were part of it or something
Where
like
is it
that.
going now?
But then, would that have been better? But we don't know because we don't know what's going to happen.
Votre sujet passe par des états multiples. Au bout d'un temps, son traumatisme, cette petite fissure si facile à fabriquer, lui fait voir des choses qui n'existent pas.
We got that. We didn't need your help guessing.
It's similar to the what was it called? It's like an experiment where they deprive people of sleep. And they started seeing things. It's a real experiment that happened.
Yeah.
Sont plus sensibles à la transfiguration. Les femmes jeunes. C'est comme ça, mademoiselle.
She just referred to her as young lady.
Well. Well, that's that then. I just hope we're not going to watch.
So they're trying to find a martyr.
These people that are like transcend death and are still alive in brief moments.
No idea.
Bunch
Bunch of fucking crazy bastards. That's what I got from that.
Sean's review of Martyrs.
Yeah. There's no point. Just sit there. Might as well.
Le no pointa. La no pointa. Sorry, I'm just...
It's not any language.
I know. I feel like this film would be better if Justin Long played her character.
By the end of it, he thinks he's a fucking walrus. I can't wait for this film to fucking end.
Yeah, I've got some serious thoughts about this film, man.
I don't understand their purpose. They explained it, but not very well.
Well, so as far as I take it, a martyr is somebody who dies willingly. No. They go through so much trauma and yet they don't project it as something else. And they die and they are alive in that moment.
They die in association with a belief they have.
Yeah. But they're alive in that moment though, because
they're still who.
The eyes.
But the belief that the belief that remains is still who they are.
Yeah.
So the fact that these guys are going under this torture, they don't remain who they are.
I don't think it's a religious thing, but why are they searching for it?
They want to prove it's not a religious thing. Yeah, well, they have proof, but they want it. So if she's able to remain who she is through all of this,
then
she's willing to die, then she is a martyr. When they just add her to their list after she dies.
Maybe they...
I don't know.
Oh, I'm guaranteeing it.
I don't want it. Do you think now this film is torture porn?
I'll talk about it at the end, mate.
They skinned her.
Yeah, flayed.
Oh! The entirety of her body!
You can't survive that, man. I don't care what people say. You cannot survive that.
No!
You can't survive it. You'd be in shock. Look at your nervous system. It's destroyed. You wouldn't survive that.
Yeah, but that's only if it happens to you immediately. She's been through
I
months
don't
of torture.
I don't believe it.
Months
Look,
of...
I don't believe it. Her face is still on.
My God! What is the point?
Someone at the door?
No. He's got a cut on his neck though.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
But she escaped because it lingered on the keys that he'd put.
Did it?
Who's this? Oh, it's her.
It's her. Who do you think?
Having your skin removed makes you look a bit different.
But who cares? Why do they care? What's this big operation?
They're researching a transcendence of life, right? And pain. Maybe they want to weaponize it, or maybe they want
Weaponize it. Not everything's weaponized.
No.
Not Jurassic World,
Like-
Tom.
Steady, steady.
I like how he goes straight there.
Or
Maybe they want to weaponize it.
Live forever or something. I don't know. Immortality.
We're never gonna.
We're never gonna know. Yeah, literally, you took the words out of my mouth. We're never gonna know what she says to her.
I swear to God, if we don't know.
Imagine if, like, when she said, muttered in her ear, the older woman went, ah, and like ran out and killed herself or something. Like, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Who are these people? Are they part of the cult?
Probably Skywalkers.
Something's gonna happen here, man.
Etienne?
Mademoiselle?
Sauriez-vous imaginer ce qu'il y a après la mort?
Ça va, mademoiselle?
She's gonna kill herself.
Voyez-vous?
Non, mademoiselle,
Knew it.
Doutez, Etienne.
I knew it!
Keep doubting. She's a witness
to what lies beyond. And I think whatever it was so shocking that it made that woman kill herself, obviously.
I have some thoughts on that. Okay, so that was Martyrs, 2008 French film.
Man, what the hell did we watch? What the
nothing could have prepared me for what that was. That was like it was a horror. It was an action. It was a scientific,
philosophical Kubrick sci-fi.
Sci-fi, yeah. It was everything.
It was blooming torture porn as well.
But you never knew what was coming next.
Jesus, man, this has so many questions. So many questions. Right. I think this is what we should do.
Okay, go.
I think you should just speak about what you think the film is. And then I should do the same. And then we can talk about specific things we liked and disliked.
What the film is?
I don't know. Like, what... Should we talk about the ending first?
Well, I think that her last words carried a lot of weight. Do you know what? Can you imagine what it was life after death? And then she said, "Keep doubting," and then she kills herself. Now, if it was something terrible, she wouldn't have killed herself. And she also said, keep doubting.
But also, she kills herself willingly because she knows what's on the other side. So
Yeah,
is
that's
that
what I'm
the
saying.
impression that
There is
a
life
heaven,
after
there is a
death,
life
or
after
heaven.
death, there's a heaven, there's a different world, there's some kind of, you transcend and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept because she kills herself. Either that, or the knowledge of it was so overwhelming and so horrific, and no mortal person can cope with knowing it, that she had to kill herself as well.
That is an option.
She said, "Keep doubting." But why doubt? Doubt if there is something? Why would you need to doubt? Why would you not just say there's something?
What she said is when she was showing Anna the photos, saying none of these were ever religious. And that means for me, the people that were doing this to Anna weren't necessarily religious.
No, they were science. I think they were just scientists. They were trying to find what lies beyond. So I think it just turned into this horrific.
Yeah. So I think the words "keep doubting" is probably referring to keep doubting God.
Okay.
And like, you stay here and keep doubting, but I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet.
Keep doubting.
I'm going to that other place.
Keep doubting, as in maybe what I take that to mean as in keep doubting, and a scientist, it's their job, it's their role to doubt. Because if they don't doubt, they don't question. And if you don't question, you don't transcend. You don't
get answers.
Further the human experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So there's this end of the film, right? This last third of the film, which is this deep philosophical, almost sci-fi question about human existence, right?
Yeah.
There's also the first part of the film. I
which centers around human emotion.
I actually really liked the end, right?
Yeah.
But I loved the first part of the film. I didn't love like the horror and the brutality of it, but I liked this concept that human grief. There is the traditional monster, which, you know, the traditional monster in horror films here is conceptualized as human grief and actually guilt as well. And that's what drives her. And you could have had a whole film with that by itself. Because and I thought it was really powerful, the emotional kind of way that she did this to herself, but we saw it as this physical monster, because that's what trauma is, right? And if anyone's ever been through,
it's tangible within their own minds.
If anyone's ever been through trauma like that, it is a physical manifestation of horrific torture, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you like that? Did you like that bit?
I did like that bit, and I liked how the film transcended it. It slowly travelled through a grounded realism of human emotion to something that was transcendent of that.
But my problem is, right, because you're empathizing with the people that have been through these things, there's a bit of a disconnect with the people with the thing at the end as well. Like, we know what they're doing, we know what they're trying to achieve, but
there's a disconnect between what?
Basically, the people that have suffered and been through this thing, you empathise with them because of the guilt and trauma, and you see it through the manifestation, the metaphor, right? But I am really intrigued by this thing that happens at the end and the philosophical question of what happens after death.
Yeah.
But I almost don't care about it or them at all because of the trauma that they're putting all these people through in order to achieve it.
Right, I see what you're saying.
See what I mean? So it's just a bit of a nitpick, but you know, I like the performances and I like the opening. And you could have had a whole film where it turns out that at the end it was real. Do you see what I mean? You could have stretched it out.
What, this grief?
So you could have stretched the whole thing out where this girl is combating grief the whole time, and she learns to cope with it or succumbs to it as she does in this at the end. And you could have had her hunting down other people that had wronged her, and they go from family to family, and you build the relationship between them as characters as well. Yeah. There was a love. There were love as well, weren't they? So like you could have had that. So my problem is, I'll just get to the point of the thing I hate, is when it descends, when she gets captured.
Yeah.
Right, I understand they have to put the character through this immense grief.
And I also
immense
understand,
pain.
and I also understand that they have to show the audience that though.
Yeah, I understand. I do understand. You have to show the audience some of it. All right. But we've already seen so much.
Yeah, I know.
And
what you
we've
mean,
already
yeah.
seen a lot in flashbacks of what happened to the girl. So
Yeah.
for me, it's needlessly repetitive. And I think it's overindulgent and voyeuristic in the violence there. I get some people will say that's the point of the film, but I think the
Doesn't mean you
message,
have to
the
like
message of
it,
grief and trauma, and the philosophical question at the end is enough. You don't have to have it doing too much, and I think it ends up doing too much.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I didn't like the obviously nobody's going to sit through it and say they liked it, as in the pain and the trauma and the violence. But I think it's needlessly voyeuristic because we've already had it. Anyway, what do you think?
No, I completely agree with your analysis there. I think some people will feel like it's necessary, like you said, and some people will feel like they don't know what the film would be without it, whether the message would have gotten across, because all of the gore and the violence didn't surround the martyrdom. It surrounded the grief area.
Yeah, what worked for me more, because with the grief that already happened to the main girl at the start, we already knew what intense trauma you had to go through to get to this point. But what worked better for me was the conversation she had with this mademoiselle, and the photographs and the eyes, the uncanny shots there worked more for me as horror than the actual pain. It became a bit boring. It became a bit boring.
If I'm honest, I think it would have probably been more effective that last quarter, that last third of the film where they are showing the process of torture for her. I think it would have been probably more impactful if they just showed the closed doors and the sounds.
So I think what would have been more impactful if you showed her face when the doors were being opened. And you showed the repetitive nature of the cart being wheeled in and the figure looming large,
and then noises,
and saw her face and noises and things like that,
and then it almost to her face.
It was almost montage like, because you can show the transition of pain and time and trauma just as effectively that way.
Yeah.
You know, I just question what was the need for it.
Yeah. Because, speechless. I didn't expect this film to travel through these areas.
Yeah, I mean, when they discovered it and she was going down there and the people came in, the one thing I didn't want them to do was put her all through that, but there did become a reason for it, which was the philosophical question at the end, which is so intriguing.
Yeah.
Especially with the shooting at the end.
At the end, yeah.
It's so intriguing that your mind actually focuses on that and lingers on that more than the
torture. Yeah.
This was a 1, guys.
Yeah, thanks for fucking suggesting that. Jesus Christ. My soul and I'm broken. I enjoyed it though. I thought it was a good film.
I thought it was just 2 films in one. That's all. I thought as soon as she gets captured, it's a different film.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely different film.
100%.
And I think, despite the fact that I love the intriguing question, I think I love the first half more. The first film more. I don't know. What would you say? Would you prefer the...
It's hard to say. I think when thinking back at this film, when someone mentions it in conversation again, I think I will be thinking about the first half of the film first. And then the second film kind of goes off on a tangent in which was never really... The foundations were never really...
Do you get what I mean when I say the director or the writer could have made 2 films out of this and they could have been both been really good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But then, a film is the creation at the end, isn't it? Like, you could say that about a lot of films, I guess.
Yeah, well, you need to have a point as to why they're being tortured, and the point was that. it was just so far left field.
Really
it was so far out of left field that it feels like a different movie.
It's a really intriguing concept as well. It's not one that I like to think about because it's so... Yeah.
What would you rate it out of 10?
It's hard, man. It's really hard to rate this because I'm not rating. When I'm rating it, I'm rating the performances, which I think are great, the story and the writing, which takes left field choices, which I think are quite cool, but also the music's great, the makeup is great, you know.
There's a meaning in every frame of this movie. I think, and the meaning might change over the course of the movie, but in terms of how this movie was written, it's written really well,
and I think it'll mean a lot of things to different people as well. I think people will take their own interpretations out of the beginning, with the metaphor, but also the end with the message as well. So, you know what? I don't know. I think I'm gonna rate it a 7. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna rate it an 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, I think it was a brilliantly made movie, written movie.
I was gonna say 7 point something, but
it's your rating, mate. It's your rating.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it.
Don't change it because I'm not
changing it because you're saying that. I'm changing
I
it.
said mine, and now you're changing it, so it seems like.
No, I know it seems that way, but I don't want the torture violence to bog my rating down.
Yeah.
Because the bookends of it are so good. And I'm gonna up it to 7.4.
Oh, not by much then.
No, do you know what, Sean? Just because you've said that, 7.5.
Okay.
I've got to think about this one. I've really got to think about this one, and yeah.
It's not a film that I'll watch for a while. Because it's just too intense.
It's really intense.
Really, like when she found the woman in the basement and the bathtub scene, and like that was just like.
You see, that again is not a scene that I like.
No, I think it was almost unnecessary. But anyway,
yeah.
Thank you for watching. Let us know whether you agree with our scores. 8.5, 7.4,
yeah,
7.4
or 5. But this is one that I'm not. I just can't. I'm not convinced that I've scored it right in terms of what I think about it. Leave it with me.
Yeah.
Ask me again later.
Yeah. If you want to watch the full length reaction along with us, click the link in the description below for our Patreon page.
Did you say 8.7?
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to vote on the next movies that we watch, that same link will take you there, and you can join our lowest tier and you can take part in voting for our next movies that we'll watch.
Can you give us a break though? Like, give us something
bit tamer
that isn't Terrifier or Martyrs.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.